Now at 6, new guidelines out by the American Academy of Pediatrics now recommending women breastfeed a child until the age of 2 or longer. Rebecca Clough going 360 tonight for us, looking at all sides of this issue that has sparked a variety of reactions from families.
The American Academy of Pediatrics updated its guidelines on breastfeeding for the first time in almost 10 years. It now aligns with the World Health Organization, which recommends a child is breastfed up to the age of 2 or longer. That move has been applauded by some, but not everyone. We're going 360 to look at all sides of this issue. We will talk to medical experts who see the new guidelines as a good goal, an advocacy group for mothers' mental health with concerns about the stress to new mothers, and mothers with babies with differing opinions. That's where we begin.
The number one question I get is, how long are you going to breastfeed until? I don't have a time limit of breastfeeding. It's just whenever I feel like the journey is going to end.
Kenesha Robinson is not sure if she'll be able to breastfeed her baby until he's 2 years old. She points to the stigma women face for breastfeeding past a certain age.
I was very excited because, you have everybody that judge like very, very badly, like, oh, you're only supposed to do it until 6 months, or you don't even supposed to do that. That's what they made formula for it. And once they said 2 years, I'm like, finally, a load off our shoulders for us moms that do breastfeed.
Casey White was upset to hear these new guidelines. She says she struggled breastfeeding while working full-time with her first baby and is concerned about how long she'll be able to do it with her second child.
When the American Academy of Pediatrics tells you that 2 years is the gold standard that you should reach, that's what a good mom does, and you can't do it, or you're desperately trying to when it's not working for you and your family, that's truly depressing, anxiety provoking.
And breastfeeding is a huge time commitment. A Forbes study of past shorter guidelines found women spend an average of 1,800 hours a year breastfeeding. That's comparable to a full-time job with 3 weeks paid vacation, where you would work 1,900 hours a year. The Mom's Maternal Mental Health Initiative says the issue with these guidelines is they leave behind families facing their own struggles.
Close to 3 out of 4 babies require formula at some point, in their first 6 months of life. And we have foster babies who aren't necessarily being breastfed. We have children who have other needs and can't breastfeed, or lots of moms whose breast milk just isn't coming in or it's not working.
Sarah Bloomquist points out that people's socioeconomic status can also dictate if they can breastfeed. She says people who work jobs without places to breastfeed, don't get long enough breaks, or work multiple jobs can't pump milk for their babies while they're away.
We need to hear that, it's okay to have options. It's okay to choose what works for you.
Support is what the African American Breastfeeding Network says people need to make sure they can achieve these guidelines.
We need to have policies and system changes in place so that families who are at risk of not breastfeeding have the resources and the support that they need to at least initiate breastfeeding. We know that initiation of breastfeeding in African American communities is lagged behind in terms of in comparison to white families.
Delvery Blackwell sees these guidelines as a goal to work towards.
I'm excited about the guidelines because I believe that the babies need to be breastfed for as long as possible and as long as the mom and baby agree.
Former American Academy of Pediatrics Wisconsin board member Dr. Margaret Hennessy says these guidelines now align our country with the World Health Organization and UNICEF. Dr. Hennessy says she sees these recommendations as a call to action to the community.
What was really kind of the heart of the guidelines when I looked through them myself was not so much saying, moms, you have to do this. It was more saying, hey, we need to support moms. We need the medical people to support moms. We need employers to support moms who choose to do this.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Rebecca Clough, TMJ4 News.